reconnect.
Wrecked him. Damn near killed him.
Okay. That's like the worst cold open ever. Well, hey, you know what? We can just delete that. We can just start again.
We can edit that out in post.
Fuck yeah. Okay, here we go. Ain't nobody even gonna know. All right, guys. Well, it's good to have everybody here and talking about, I think we're supposed to be doing something about mycology. Not quite sure. We've got, like the bag lady?
Fun bags? What?
I love bags.
Bags are the best kind of bags.
What's in my bag?
Well, without a doubt, like the easiest way to be successful, I believe, is to use an all-in-one bag and liquid culture. Just inject through the damn bag. And you never have to touch anything, open anything, you fruit right in the bag, and you're done. But you got all these kids nowadays, huffing paint out of bags and whatever else they're doing.
Yeah, if you were going to start putting shit in bags and wanting to sniff it all the damn time.
And don't get me started on Uncle Ben's bags.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, Uncle Ben's is terrible. Who came up with that shit? Was that
he should be in prison, whoever he was. I think it was a Reddit thing.
Oh, man. I mean, okay, hear me out. Theoretically, it should work. I have no idea why it has such a high contamination rate.
I think it all depends on who was doing quality control that day at the Uncle Ben's factory.
Yeah, if it was made on a Friday.
I mean, theoretically, it should work. I don't see why it wouldn't work.
Well,
there's a lot of oil.
We also have to keep in mind that a lot of the people who are injecting Uncle Ben's are injecting just raw spores into it too. They're not. That probably has a lot to do with the problem.
Has anybody here ever tried Uncle Ben's?
That's actually how I started out. I did Uncle Ben's for like the first few grows that I did, and it worked. But I mean, the success rate was like 1 out of 10.
For everybody that's listening, Uncle Ben's is where you take that microwave instant rice packages and you inject your spores through the side of them, do a lot of praying, and then hopefully something will grow. It's usually just a trick garden, but sometimes you actually get mushrooms.
Yeah, it's about the risk versus reward. We want to increase our chances in general.
I've never done it. I have seen it done, like on shroomery and stuff, but it never turns out as well as it could.
My daughter tried it once, and it was a spectacular failure, but I had to let her try. She had to know.
I'm trying to think if I ever actually injected real spores into anything, like raw spores into anything. I think the PF Tech was about as close as I ever got when we did the monstrosity grow.
Yeah.
That was the only time I've ever taken a mess of raw spores and injected them into anything. And not a big fan. I prefer to agar work is the way to go with that.
For cleaning up for sure, but if you don't use spores, you're missing out on the jackpot that could possibly happen too.
Oh yeah, spores is 22,500 sexes in mushrooms or some shit like that, and so what you end up with is just an absolute roll of the dice. You could make a mushroom that has no psilocybin or a mushroom that has all the psilocybin. Just absolute roll of the dice. And when you go back to spores every single time, you kind of start back over with that.
Right.
You get a little bit of a better chance of getting similar to what you were trying to isolate, but overall, it's just like spinning the bottle again.
That's why I hate assholes that they spore. They take swabs of the damn isolates and then sell the swabs as that isolate. You got a 1 in a million chance of getting what they're selling you.
Yep.
Oh yeah, man. There's a whole bunch of those. There's a ton of those. You see those on Reddit, Facebook, Instagram, everything. Like, oh man, I have this one really cool mushroom. I'm selling swabs now. It's going to be $50 for a pack of 2. And you're like, do you guys realize that first off, his mutation is probably caused by Lysol,
Right?
and secondly, like you ain't gonna grow anything next clear at all what he just did.
Oh, and the people who grow one Lysol mutated mushroom and then try and claim that it's a completely different species.
Oh yeah, I love that too. Like no consecutive grows, no try to like isolate or pheno hunt or nothing. They're just like, holy shit, this is new, and I'm gonna name it after myself, and ta-da. Yeah, love that shit.
And give me your money, please. Thank you.
Yep.
Oh,
Bye.
dude, that happens all the time,
constantly, and it's really hard to tell what you're getting. That's one of the
I'd say most of them are just some sort of Avery's albino mutant or a golden teacher's mutant. That's 99% of the mushrooms out there.
Yep.
How many
So
do you think
everything
actually
gets grown
derive
out
from-
as soon as I get it.
Although I do have a sample that I need to grow from. I got from a guy.
Which one? Are we talking about the border hopper none of you
Yes.
fuckers grew out?
Yes, we are. I got it put away for a special occasion.
Okay, so no shit. There we were. We had this lady that was coming to clean our house, and she knew that we were kind of like, into growing mushrooms and stuff like that. So her husband was like, hey, I've got something for you. And he hands me this mushroom that he brought back with him from Mexico, and they live in like deep south central Zacatecas kind of Mexico, like right above where the Aztecs used to be, where all the pyramids and shit are.
Hidden in his Mexican Bible.
Yeah. And I'm like, oh shit, yeah, let's play with this. And so I made samples for everybody, sent it out to everybody, and nobody did shit with it. They're just like, oh, hey, here's that really cool fucking mushroom that probably Aztecs got fucked up on and sacrificed people to and whatnot. And everybody's like, oh, yeah, that's cool. I think I'm going to grow somebody's dick cheese mushroom over there.
I have big plans to grow it, but I have been taking a slight hiatus from my major growing. So I wanted to wait till my lab was properly set up.
You got to remember, when you sent that out, that was with the forest floor. And we decided not to use the forest floor because we're going to use that with the forest floor. So we all decided that we're using our own shit. So it got put aside because you decided that you didn't want to use it.
Well, I didn't want to use the forest floor on this one badass mushroom because I wanted everybody to grow their own shit on forest floor and see if it worked the same for everybody. And it really did. Like, I like the forest floor. That's what I make all the time.
Yeah, it grew well for me also.
Yeah, but it's like you weren't just supposed to take that nifty little vial and yeet it into the back of your shoe closet and forget about it for all eternity.
Well, it would also help you label shit. I have it, and I've seen it multiple times, and it's not like Monstrosity where it's got a nice little fucking pimp snail on the cover. It's a blank one. I'm like, what the fuck is this? I want to say, I want to make sure it's not from fucking Street because I don't want this fucking shit by anything else.
It has a B and H on it for border hopper. And
I get to say B+ to me.
I get to say border hopper. My wife's very, very Mexican, so I can get away with that shit.
In Fearl's defense, I still have the very first spore print that Deadpool ever sent me, and I actually showed him a picture of it, asking him what the heck it said on there, and he didn't even know for sure at first.
Oh, my writing? Yeah, that's. Yeah, I should have been a doctor for sure.
That shit changes with the seasons. It just
it literally takes me much effort, tons of effort to be legible.
That's why you just print everything, man. That's what I do.
Yeah, it's still in the fancy print. Baseball card holder and everything.
Wow. Yeah. Well done.
Texas orange cap, by the way. We finally figured it out.
That's a fun one. I've grown that one.
I've heard good things about it. I've never grown it out yet.
Yeah, I grew up. You know what? Oh, damn. That was almost fuck it. Let's just go down this. So what I'd love to do is I'd love to get together and go on a road trip across some southern states hunting wild-ass mushrooms.
I'm in.
Of course you're in. You have no life.
As a young man growing up in Florida, I used to harvest them and play with them as a kid. Squeeze the juice out of them and feed them to lizards and stuff and watch them turn purple and just sit on a stick for a day. It was just, and now, you're like, wow, I wish I'd have saved some of that, or I knew what I was dealing with as a kid.
That's just wholesome, totally normal childhood behavior. That's no, Mr. Therapist lady. I totally want that secret clearance. I didn't do anything weird and fucked up as a child.
Feeding a lizard that large of a quantity, because Florida has it's not really a chameleon, but it's similar to a chameleon. It never killed them. They
green anole.
Yes.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's the anole.
Yeah.
It would not kill them. They would turn purple and just lay there for a while. And then they would
have an existential crisis.
Yeah, eventually they would get done meeting God, and they would go about their day.
Dude,
never killed them.
I used to be a stegosaurus, man.
Makes you wonder what was going through that lizard brain. Huh?
Yeah, he's identifying him as a dog.
My ancestors used to rule this bitch.
Trying to get together with other ones plotting against people now, all because.
Hey, you guys! I know where the stuff is.
Poor fucking lizard.
I was a kid. I didn't know any better at the time.
Oh, dude, don't get me wrong. I was a terrible child.
I wasn't to the point of drowning cats or anything like that.
No, but so, okay. My grandma used to have this really, really beautiful garden, and she'd pay us a penny a piece to go and remove all these giant, freaking huge grasshoppers out of the garden. Well, we'd get really bored, and so I built a 2-scale guillotine. So we'd sentence them for their crimes based on where we caught them. And by the time we're done, if we tried really hard, we could probably make $2 or $3 a day. And back in the 80s, it's not bad money for a kid because they still have those penny. They still have those penny candy stores, where you could go and get a Swedish fish and shit like that for a penny a piece.
Well, they had 10-cent boxes of lemon heads and shit.
Oh yeah, loved atomic fireballs.
Exactly. So we could have made some pretty decent money, but by the time we got done listing all the fucking crimes and everything, we're at $0.05 a day, and it's taking it's a 4-hour trial. It's a 4-hour trial, and I could just see my grandma. I was super religious grandma looking out there going,
"I object."
Shit. No, she was being now I think about it, we were the creepy guy version of Wednesday Addams.
Nice.
This big giant block of wood Grandpa used to split the freaking shit on. It was 3 foot tall guillotine and grasshoppers with scotch tape taped down to the block.
Kids these days, they just don't have it as well as we did.
Oh shit, no, they have Fortnite. They didn't have to build anything to sacrifice anything to a demon god to get him to be interested, Yeah.
I tried playing Call of Duty with one of my little nephews, and he snuck up behind me, stabbed me with a knife, and teabagged my dead corpse in the game. And I said, "Yep, I'm done playing with you."
Yeah. I would have done the same thing. I would have done the same thing.
Yeah, he made sure and killed me with a knife just to show how much better he was than me at the game.
All right, kid. This is how we're going to really do it. Here's your fucking knife. Go outside, make me a fire. We're going to play a game.
My grandfather. I remember my grandfather.
4 days.
My grandfather really did that. He would hand me 3 shotgun shells, and he's like, "Bring me back 3 animals, and you get 3 more shells."
Dude, my grandpa used to do that shit with 22 shells. He'd be like, here's your small handful of 22 shells, and we go out there and shoot the rabbits in the garden. just stuff like that. And the stupid moles were like the most awesome target because they just only pop their head up for like, a few seconds at a time and they go back down,
Mm-hmm.
So we would just, the amount of patience I had at like 5 years old with my single shot 22.
The little sniper all fucking lined up, let the feet down.
Yeah. I would lay there so long that like I'd become one with the ants, just to get that stupid gopher.
Good times.
Dude, there wasn't a live bird within a half mile of my house after I got my BB gun.
So we got BB guns. We got BB guns, right? And then we were like, oh, wow. I bet you we could shoot bullets with these. So we would take little pieces of pipe and fit them on the end of the BB gun so that you could put it was like a muzzle loader for modern like shells. And we'd slide the modern shell down the front and shoot it with the BB. The BB'd hit the firing cap and then launch it off.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We'd have like 410 shotguns, maybe like Red Ryder BB gun.
Excellent.
Looking back, I'm like, God, I'm surprised I survived that shit.
We used to have BB gun wars along the creek.
I remember my youth.
Crick.
You don't know what a crick is?
No, it's just very Canadian of you. We used to call it creek.
It's a fucking crick.
Creek.
It's not a wheelchair. It's not creaking. It's a fucking waterway. It's a creek.
So it's a problem with your neck or back, is what you're calling it. You got a crick in your neck?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Just saying. I mean, he's not from Canada, people. He just might as well be because he's like from, right from. He could probably, see Canada from his bedroom window.
If the moose would move,
right?
That's one thing I've never hunted. I've never hunted a moose.
It's really easy, almost too easy.
Are they really
getting the permit?
It's like hunting a horse. I mean, it's that easy.
Horses fucking hate me. Like, really, really hate me. Like, I don't know why I grew up on horses and shit. Just one day, I went through puberty, and horses just really started hating me.
You smell that testosterone.
Yeah, I started smelling like a predator or some shit. And so, like, I've been bit more by horses than by any fucking other animal except for, like, mosquitoes. Right?
What? That is fucking ridiculous.
No, dude, not even joking. My wife thought it was a fucking joke when we first got together, too. She's like, horses? They're so sweet. I'm like, no, dude. No. They fucking hate me. Like, they smell me, and they'll kick down their fence and shit and come chase my ass down to take a giant moon-shaped chunk out of my fucking shoulder.
Dude, I have never seen that in my life, and I've lived on horse ranches, and I've dated girls that are fucking professional riders. I've never seen someone be attacked by a horse that wasn't being trampled.
I was
funny shit.
I was leading a Shetland pony with some kids on it, by the rope, and I was just walking along. And that little son of a gun reached up and bit me right in the shoulder from behind. And God, it hurt.
It's a fact, you.
Those little sons of bitches, they can't just like half close their mouth and reopen it. It has to go all the way back down, right? So they take they have this it takes a perfect little half moon shaped fucking clip of skin. Like, it is nasty. So, like, my wife's like, why? What did you do? I was like, I have no fucking clue what I did to these horses in a different life. But they really, really hate me. And the first time she saw it for herself was we went to the Lubbock, Texas State Fair, like the State Fair in Lubbock, Texas, and real big fair, real pretty. And I'm like staying as far away as I can from the horse barns, and she's like, "Let's go in there."
I'm not going to there. It's a stable.
I'm like, dude, are you
fucking
kidding?
snorting?
Are you fucking kidding me? Like, that would be like taking your like weakest link of a paper boy and just throwing him into the fucking Rottweiler den, right? I'm like, no, I'm not going to go in there. And she's like, nah, come on, it'll be fine. They're in cages. I'm like, that's never stopped them. Have you seen horses? They can get out of that. They're in there voluntarily.
It's like he walks in there. It's like fucking Satan walking into a church. All the doors start shaking. The horse.
Yes. Not even no fucking shit. Yes. That's exactly what happened. She's like, first off, they went dead silent. And everybody's like, what the fuck? And I'm like, oh, they got a smell of me. And then it's just,
They know.
And then there was just snorting and stomping and horses just kicking the sides of their cages. And I'm like, oh, can we go? And she's like, this is really unusual. I'm like, I know. I've lived this my whole fucking life. I know it's unusual.
This is not natural.
Wow.
Yeah. And so we left and we're walking out. And there's a guy bringing in like a really pretty, just like a what do you call it? A cutting horse. You know, just a real pretty cutting horse. A little kid, maybe 15, 16. They just got done roping the little mutt busting type stuff, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So he was bringing in his little cutting horse, and his horse just like suddenly stops, turns, looks at me, and I'm like, oh, fuck. So I take off freaking running. I abandon my wife. I'm like, yow. I take off running. The son of a bitch chases me all. And let me tell you, those cutting horses, they're called cutting horses for a reason. Because they can turn on a fucking dime, right?
He's pitting you in a corner.
I'm a big guy. You know, I'm like 6'5" with my shoes on. I have my fucking boots and everything on. I'm dodge, dip, duck, dive, dodging, rolling on the ground on turns to try to freaking throw the bitch off. I'm trying to punch the stupid ass horse as he gets close, throwing elbows, finally chases me down, rips my fucking overalls, biting me in the ass.
Damn.
My wife's like, holy shit, he really wanted to kill you. I was like, yeah, I fucking told you. I don't know what I did to horses, but they fucking hate me.
Wow.
Yeah, what kind of glue do you use?
Nothing. I don't even have Elmer's in the fucking house, man. This house is a hot glue gun house. I'm in Elmer's house. Don't your plebeian Elmer's all over me. But no, it's just, I don't know, man. They just really, 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 really dislike me. There's a story too, and if you look it up, I was working as EMS at a what do you call it? The circus where people like do performances and they have like the little dancing ponies and shit like that. And so I'm staying far away from that side of the arena, right? I'm just doing my shit, walking on this side. The stupid little fucking ponies got out. They chased me all on the Concord around this entire big ass freaking place. This is up in Cedar Park, Texas. They chased me all around the concourse. I've got my EMS bag and everything on, so I've got like maybe 50 pounds of fucking gear. You got this paramedic just screaming, "Get the fuck out of the way!" and just yelling at people, "Get out of my way!" Being chased by a whole bunch of these dressed up, fancy, knee-high, angry ponies. They chased my ass out fucking side. My partner at the time is in the ambulance, and she's driving really slow, but just kind of like gunning the engine just a little bit every time I get close because she thinks it's fucking hilarious. But these stupid jangly ass freaking ponies covered in sparkly shit and tutus and stuff are chasing my ass down. So I finally grab onto the back of the ambulance, and she just drives me around the side of the building so I can get inside. And then the freaking ponies around the side of the ambulance trying to get in. Well, they were just mad because they didn't get a chance to, chew on my soul. So they get out and they end up running across the highway. It was 183 and getting hit by cars. And a whole bunch of them died. It was great.
So since they couldn't have you, they just wanted to end it. They just said, fuck it.
I don't know. They just refused to go back inside until they could find me to chew on me. I don't know, man. Horses just really, really hate me.
So, it's been 21 minutes. We spent 1 minute talking about bags. 20 minutes we've been talking about fucking shooting animals with BB guns.
So,
well, no, we spent about 7 minutes there talking about how much fucking horses hate me.
Yeah, that's unnatural for sure.
I can walk up to like strange dogs and pet them, like, you know, and it's like that dog's bit everybody in this whole neighborhood, and I'm like, he's a good puppy. But fucking horses, man, they will just kick my ass every time. Never found one to like me.
interesting.
Yeah. All right. Well, we can talk about bring that right back. So let's tie that back in. So horse poo is fan-fucking-tastic to grow on.
Nice.
Horse
Yeah.
poo?
Yeah, except that for me, it's more like mission fucking impossible to go get the goddamn horse shit. Hope you know I risk my fucking life every time I have to go to a horse farm.
We finally found Daryl's weakness.
This fucking horses, bro.
Yeah.
I risk my life every fucking time I go to collect horse shit. Every time.
Yeah. I was starting to surround your house with crab apples.
Where did the horse touch you? Yeah. All fucking over.
Show me where the horse bit you.
With its fucking teeth damn near everywhere. If you're going to take a horse bite, the best place is on your upper back, bro, because you can tighten those muscles and they don't have skin to grab a hold of, right? Love handles are the worst. If they get a hold of a love handle, you have to cut you to the kidney. They're fucking assholes.
Dude, I don't know, man. I've never met an animal that didn't like me.
Oh, I've met a few.
What?
I've met a few.
Yeah.
I've met people that don't like me. That's a gift.
I hate people in general, so I'm good with that.
The feeling's mutual.
You're not a person. You're a fucking pirate.
So let's go back to talking about growing on poo, like horse poo, for example. I see a lot of people talking about, like, they're gathering up this fresh ass shit, and then they're going to go out there and spread it out and let it dry forever, and then they're going to wash it and like a pillowcase and spread it back out to dry. I get it. I understand. Because someone on fucking Reddit or Shroomery told them that they have to do that, and nobody actually questions why, and all right.
The first thing someone read's got to be the truth.
Oh, yeah, or just made up while they were high. Yeah. I swear
if it sounds good, might as well go with it.
Yeah.
I swear to God, that's where half the fucking texts come from, is some dude drunk or high off their ass, right? Anyway, so I found that, like, okay, fresh as in still wet shit, it's usually a little bit high in nitrogen. But you don't need to wash it out and everything. Understand that, like, horses, they can have some high salt and some selenium and everything else in there. But it's really not going to hurt anything because you don't grow on just poo, right? You mix it with stuff.
Yeah.
The mushrooms, yeah. If you look where the mushrooms are found, they're not growing literally on the shit. They're growing up through the shit from the ground under the shit, or they're growing from the sides of the shit coming up. But you're not seeing them sprout off the top of a pile of, cow shit.
Yeah.
They're getting all the nutrients and everything, but they're also using everything that's in the ground. So that's kind of where just nutritional substrate and everything comes from.
If anything, you know what? It's probably the rain soaking through the manure into the ground, and then all the nutrients have been soaked into the ground right there, and that's what they're feeding on instead of the shit itself.
Yeah. Which reminds me, man. Oh, God damn it. That's another rabbit hole. Did you see where they figured out that, like, just like your oyster mushrooms and shit are actually predators?
What?
Yes, I saw that. That is cool.
That was fucking wild. They're making all sorts of traps and releasing these toxins and poisons and, like, spring-loaded freaking like almost like a jellyfish stingers to catch nematodes and eat them.
Under a microscope, it looks kind of like a lollipop, and when they get near it, it bursts and paralyzes.
Almost like what do they call them? Pneumocysts, right? Like that's what the jellyfish use. I was like, God, that's so fucking cool. I wonder if
you need to send me a link for this shit.
Yeah, the theory is that the wood that the oysters grow on doesn't have enough protein, so the mushrooms eat the nematodes to get their protein.
That's why I use alfalfa in my wood lovers mix. Is for the protein and the calcium.
Mm-hmm.
But so if we're gonna grow on shit, here's how I do it. If I want to make like a shit substrate, I take 50% shit by volume, and then mix it with 20% straw and 20% freaking core or peat moss. I never use core because it's more expensive.
I was gonna say, do you say core?
I never use it, but peat moss and core are interchangeable. I understand people bitch that peat moss has more tannins or it's slightly more acidic, but they're basically interchangeable, man. Peat moss is cheaper. So
I posted a link for you there, Deadpool, to that oyster mushroom article. When you get...
Yeah, the Discord. Well, you should tell everybody about the fucking Discord.
Hey.
Yeah, it's only 30 minutes into this thing. We haven't advertised for ourselves one goddamn time.
I don't think we've actually introduced everybody, have we?
No, we have not.
That's because if you don't know who the fuck we are by now, you're not even cool.
Yeah, we're very super famous. No introductions needed.
Well, go around now. You guys want to play like it's fucking AA. So go around.
My name is Deadpool. I have a problem.
Yeah. Thank you, Deadpool, for coming today. Recognize your problem. I see you and you're seen. Next.
I should tell you about the guy that time I went to treatment. But...
This isn't fucking therapy. Yeah.
I was in college. I was 18 years old and I was at a party out in the middle of nowhere, right? And the cops came and busted us all. Well, I'm thinking, they're going to have me drive everybody home because I'm the only sober guy here. And the cop asked me, "Have you had anything to drink tonight?" And I said, "Yeah, I had a half a beer earlier, but I haven't had anything since." "Great, you admitted to drinking," he said. He wrote me a ticket. I had to go to alcohol awareness classes for 6 months, and they would not let me out until I admitted to being an alcoholic. It was horrible.
Sounds about right.
And, I'd always use I'm not an alcoholic. I don't have a problem. And they say, "Well, you must have some problem because you're here."
I have a truth problem, officer.
That motherfucker thought I had a problem.
I had a cop problem. I didn't have an alcohol problem.
I've always just told him I have too much blood in my alcohol system.
Right? I had 2 drinks this week. I'm really on a roll.
I'm on my 1.5 beer. I have too much blood in my alcohol system, you fuckers. I should have pre-gamed this.
So,
right.
Back to mushrooms. Oh, wait, we're introducing. My name is John.
Yeah.
I am, I'd say, mid-tier mushroom grower. I'm not high-end like Deadpool and Feral or anything, but I try my best to copy the people that I find to be the best at stuff.
He's good. Don't let him fucking tell you that shit. He has a cool-ass little lab he built, too. That's pretty awesome.
Grows the best trike ever.
Hey, I am a connoisseur of trike.
Yeah, and also...
Hey, that's mycology. It's still mycology. Come on.
Something cool about
that is
John
no lie.
is John is fucking colorblind.
Yeah.
So you can't tell.
It's so horrible.
You can't fucking tell.
Deadpool, what color is this?
Don't tell me it's green. Don't fucking tell me.
He's always snapping pictures and sending it to the fucking group to try to figure out what he's actually looking at.
Well, until about a year ago, I had my daughter. She helped me grow all the time. My daughter's in her 20s, not a little kid. I'm not, but that was her main job. I trained her to do a lot of the other mycology stuff, but her main job was to come in and look at my stuff and tell me if you see green anywhere. And then she moved away on me, so I lost my helper.
Kids these days.
Damn.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be so proud of something like, "Look at this." She's like, "Dad, that's got green in it." I'm like,
It looks like it's gonna pin. No, John, that's not gonna pin.
It's almost right.
And to a colorblind person,
uniformly green.
Last time I saw something like this, I was watching Sea of Green.
Well, you know how like when you do have something with trike in it, how it just has this massive amount of growth that's beautiful and white, and it turns green. I've learned to know like, oh, that's growing too fast. Something's wrong there.
That looks too healthy.
I am being too successful right now.
Yep.
All right, so we've got.
It sucks to be disabled and have people make fun of you, though. You know.
Who makes fun of you? That's not nice.
That's all right. I can take it. I have big shoulders.
I thought I had a feeling once. Turned out to be gas. All right, Shine, since you're with us for this 2 seconds, tell us some about you. Introduce yourself.
All right. I don't know. I wouldn't even want to say I'm on a tier, but I mean, I definitely enjoy my college. I really like lab work. And nothing quite compares to a nice, beautiful full tub of delicious fruits, man. I mean, that's what brought us together, guys. You know how cool that is? That's some pretty cool shit. I ain't met any of you guys and fucking around with agar and some fungi, and we're all hanging out. What the fuck was that?
Somebody
is that yours?
Someone's had their goddamn phone on Do Not Disturb, I'm thinking.
Yeah. Instead of hitting mute. Yeah, like agar work is really, really fun. It is definitely one of the best parts of this is just being able to
honestly
science the shit out of things.
I have 1.5 refrigerators full of isolated mycology stuff that I've never even fruited. I just love the agar work so much.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
There's not enough bags in the world to fruit it all.
When I moved, I must have tossed probably 200 plates of shit, man. Dude, I mean, it was sad going through stuff. I was like, man, I don't need to, trying to clean house and stuff. And I'm like, well, all right, and like I gotta downsize everything I got. It was really bad.
Well, you saw what I did last year when I had too many freaking plates, right? We made the what the bucket.
Yep.
So that's what you should do whenever you get so many damn plates. Instead of chucking them, just dump them all in a bucket and layer in some random fucking substrate.
Am I the only one that has what the bucket genetics?
No, I'm growing it out again right now.
Really? I didn't think you had it.
I'm not sure.
No, I don't have tits. Tits is the best fucking mushroom, and I don't have it anymore. I gave it all away.
I'll make you a plate.
Yeah, I'm not sure I have it either.
Man, I'd really appreciate that.
Yeah.
So anyway,
did I mention my major catastrophe last summer?
Oh Jesus, what happened?
Well,
did it involve color?
No. Well, you guys were mentioning that I have a little lab, right? I have a camping trailer in my yard that I turned into my little man cave / lab. Well, it has a refrigerator in there. And I had that refrigerator just packed with plates, and I went off to work somewhere. Came back about 5 days later, and my fridge had turned off somewhere in there, and that camper was warm inside.
Oh, damn.
And I lost a lot of stuff. So
you
now I have
almost all of them, I bet. But that was a lot of work.
And at the time, I ran out of agar and plates right when it happened.
Oh, shit. Never mind.
K-cups. Very difficult time there to get plates.
Because I had put everything. I had put everything into plate form or slants, and I'd put them in the fridge. And I'm like, I'm going to take a break from my college. I'll come back and pick off again. And that's where I was at. Now I keep 2 refrigerators. I try and keep a sample of something in both refrigerators, just for emergencies.
Yeah.
So if you open up my fridge, my house, there's a bunch of plates in there. And you're like, what the world's all this? Never mind.
Don't look at that door.
So yeah, when we had a bunch of those plates, instead of chucking them, we just layered them in that bucket, just in open air, man. I was just sitting outside, just dumping plates into a bucket, and it grew all sorts of cool stuff. And the 2 best one was the one that we called "What the Bucket," and the other one was the one that called "Tits" because it looked like a perfect pair of like mulatto tits. Right? Are we allowed to say mulatto?
I realize say tits.
I don't know what that word means, so yeah, you can say it.
Okay, great.
I'm pretty sure it's a cookie.
Wait, are you talking about a macchiato?
Mulatto.
Mulatto. Ah.
Yeah, okay. So it looked like, and so, but the tits turned out to be like quite fucking angry and potent. And
plentiful.
And very, very productive.
Plentiful.
Very productive.
I am actually sort of doing a version of your What the Bucket. I have a little compost pile that I've been throwing all my extra substrate and used up stuff in a big pile and all my plates in a pile, and just turning them and covering them with straw. And
you'll definitely be getting poppers out in spring.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Down here in Florida last year, I was doing it at the old place, man. I had a little spot. I just kind of dug it out about a foot deep, and I lived under two really big live oaks, and they constantly dump leaves. So I would just sit there and start kicking leaves over the top of it. And, it rains so much here, when you start getting that little bit of rain for a couple of days, you go out and it starts warming up. You start getting all sorts of weird shit popping out. I remember getting in an argument with someone saying, you can't grow penis envies outside. I'm like, bullshit. I got like 5 of them. You know what I mean? They still don't want to believe you. But, the outdoor, I enjoy the dump piles, man. That shit's great. You just start, meander around the house a little bit. And, oh, shit.
It's like Christmas.
I found that they really like to grow near tomatoes. Really, really like to grow near tomatoes. I don't know what it is, but I would take all my used substrate or anything that got kind of tricky or weird, and I'd dump it out in the garden, and only around the fucking tomato plants would it just grow amazing flushes of all sorts of crazy shit. Like even like the wood-loving species. So I'd have like these huge flushes just coming up right next to my tomato plant of like pink oyster. Like mushrooms and tomatoes, man. They just love those tomato plants. I don't know what it is.
I wonder something with the tomatoes, if they have like some kind of chemical in there that's
I think they
counterproductive for the trike.
Some sort of beneficial relationship or something.
Yeah.
I think they get some sort of rhizomorphic relationship with them. Yeah. Because they really do well with tomatoes.
Yeah. I'll try that out this spring.
Yeah, a lot of mushrooms do.
So we have Mike O'Nutty down here who hasn't introduced himself yet.
Oh, yes. I am a very novice grower. I've only been doing it for a little over a year now. Kind of just stumbled into it, looking into some articles, and then read a few books and haven't stopped. It's just kind of becoming
As a newbie, what brought you into mycology? What was it originally? Do you remember your original thought?
I was searching for an answer to depression, was the original thought. And it kind of just stemmed from there. And it just kind of changed everything about my life and gave me a new outlook on things. And
how has that worked for you? Is it the fact that you've been taking the psilocybin, or because you have something to focus on, like doing all the lab work and the research and everything else? Which part do you think is helpful?
I think they both have a tremendous effect on my my mental health, but I think the psilocybin helps create a new pathway of thought, and
Did we lose him?
Did you guys make him emotional?
I don't know. I don't know what that feels like.
No, he's back.
There he is.
To go out.
Yeah, you faded out, but it sounded more like you were going to cry.
Oh, no. My screen went black there for a minute. It just helped my train of thought and get out of the cycle thinking, just being stuck on the same shit.
Right.
But having something to look forward to with growing, and then it kind of opened my eyes to what I really enjoy, because I kind of a lot of shit happens growing up, and I never really had my own path, tried following a whole bunch of people, never was happy. And it helped me develop my own, oh shit, this makes me happy. And I enjoy watching things grow. I enjoy having that productive feeling of having not necessarily these things depending on me, but something that I can help flourish. It's nice.
And it's complicated, which makes you have to focus.
Yeah,
Yes.
get you out of your head.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you can only be doing one thing at a time when you're playing in the lab.
You're going to be fucking up a lot.
Yeah.
I'm almost done building my new steel airbox, by the way, you guys.
Ooh, a steel one.
Nice.
Yeah,
Steel is an STEEL or steel is an STILL?
ILL. Still airbox.
Oh, okay.
An SAB? A SAB.
Yes. I'm building one out of wood with a slanted top, plexiglass cover with gaskets on it and lights inside. A really nice one.
So, like,
nice.
basically what do they call that? A sand blower? What do they call that?
Yeah.
shit?
I was
Like a
about to say, you mean
sandblasting
like a
box.
sandblasting box?
Yeah, that's what it is.
It looks like one. It does look like one, yes. Well, I used, everybody I think who started in my college, you started with the tub upside down. Some people who are criminals in my mind, namely Deadpool, don't even have armholes in them.
Yeah, I have no fucking clue how you do that.
I only
It's like some sort of raptor, like fucking arm, like T-Rex arm fucking shape.
I
don't know.
have a huge tub and I halfway over the damn counter. But I only use the still airbox for agar. Everything else is oven tech because until the flow hood.
Right.
I've never even used the flow hood.
But in my opinion, the still airbox has its place even when you have it. Yeah, I
For contaminated shit.
Posted a picture of my current workings in Discord for you guys to get an idea what I'm building. All that's left is the armholes and the lights. And
dude, you painted your room green.
That's not my room, but okay. I wish
That's
was my
nice. That looks really good. It's not like he wouldn't be able to tell.
Yeah, he's like, this is a beautiful shade of gray.
It's light gray, medium gray, or dark gray. One of those three.
Oh, that's nice, man. That's real nice.
Mm-hmm. But whenever I'm working with questionable stuff that I don't want the flow hood blowing all over my lab, I can put it in there and work. Is what I'm thinking.
That is the only big downside of a flow hood, is it does blow shit around.
Yeah, I don't know why I haven't gotten around to it. I have the space for it. I mean, I don't know. I have not wanted to drop the penny on it. I do very well.
Yeah.
Yeah, the still airbox or the flow hood itself, it's not a requirement for mycology. It's more of a convenience thing. It's a luxury item.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But it'll take your game from 5 to 10.
Mm-hmm.
It's really nice is that you're not on a timer.
Yep. And for me, it was the vision. I had such a hard time seeing through those tubs. It was horrible for me. It was just so nice to be able to just see in person what I'm working with.
I mean, Sean, you can build one of those like ferrule flow hoods. That works really, really well. Pookie uses one still. I've used one forever and ever, but till I got a new one.
That's what Whitebeard talked about on the other one last night. He was talking about that just a box fan with a filter on both sides.
Oh, that's the old school version.
Broke Boy or whatever it's called.
Yeah, Broke Boy.
The Willie Michael version.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, good $40 solution. Works half the time, 100% of the time.
I'm not 100% convinced that those would work that well, but you never know.
The ferrule flow hood.
Whitebeard said that's what he uses until he got his new flow hood recently.
I mean,
the ferrule flow hood's an actual flow hood. It actually works.
Yeah,
the one with the floor fan, right? That's one with the 1.5 horsepower or whatever floor fan, and
it's like a third of a horsepower. Third of a horsepower.
Third of a horsepower. I actually have the instructions written down in my there.
Dude, I used that for a long time, and I sold tens of thousands of freaking plates that I made, just blank agar plates, because I'm really good at pouring agar, So just to all sorts of people, man. Mostly people doing gourmet mushrooms, just agar plates. Just pouring everything in front of one of those feral flow hoods. And all it is a couple of those MERV filters and some styrofoam. Yeah, and some styrofoam, man. A 20 by 20 by 20 filters and some styrofoam and duct tape. And it works super, super, super well. I'd have maybe 1 in 1,000 contamination. And that was because I freaking did something,
Sneezed on it or something.
Yeah, or breathed real heavy. I always wear a mask too. Just so because your mouth's full of bacteria.
What? Who told you?
No.
They're a liar.
But they work so well, and they're just so cheap to make. So cheap. I got pictures of me and Tiniest taking her shopping and having her pick all the stuff to make it and putting it in the shopping cart.
Oh, that's cool.
That foam board is so nice to work with too. It's good stuff.
Yeah. It started off with bastards on Reddit saying it couldn't be done. And the only way you could have a flow hood is if you bought one of these fancy filters from and imported it, and it had to be like,
and nothing gets feral going faster than someone on Reddit saying it can't be done.
Yeah, that shit ticks me off. It's because it's gatekeeping. I hate
challenge
that shit.
accepted.
There's so many ways to do things. I'm trolling people right now. Did you see the newest troll thing I'm doing? Because everybody's like, "Oh, you have to make your seed." Yeah. You have to make you can't leave sunflowers in your grain or sunflower seeds that's going to be all contaminated. So
that's ridiculous.
Yeah,
he grows pure sunflower seed grain.
No, I just went and bought like the shittiest bird food I could find. It was like on sale at PetSmart for like $5 for like a 20-pound bag.
They gave him $4 to take it. Here, take this.
Yeah.
Take it.
And I turned it into bird seed, but then I went to the behind the house. There's like this big open grass area, right? And I just drove the truck back there and just a steak knife, because that's the first thing I grabbed, and cut all these tall weeds down, then brought them and dumped them and ran them over with the lawnmower a few times and scraped it all up with the fucking with the rake and dumped it into my grain spawn.
Nice.
So it's got like twigs and leaves and all sorts of it. Yeah. And rocks and shit, and turned that into the grain spawn, and then used the rest of the shit to make I bought a $7 bag of compost from Home Depot, and just threw the rest of that yard clippings crap in there with it and made substrate. It's going gangbusters. People just don't realize that mushrooms want to grow as much as we want them to grow, and as long as you give them a sterile playing field, they're going to
wash
fucking
your
grow.
fucking hands.
Yeah, and wash your dirty dick beaters. Yeah. You can't get the Famunda cheese and spread it on everything.
The final, that's what I'm missing. That's why I have trach everywhere.
Yeah. Ew. You have some ball trick going here?
Well, I took the shower last fall. I'm good. Great.
There might be a different type of STD, sir.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm trying to isolate something new. Man.
What color is the cheese?
Don't be teaching fucking mushrooms to eat private parts. Jesus Christ.
Who you think?
It's like The Last of Us with your
dude.
penis.
I love this new show. Oh yeah, you did that. I love this.
Yeah, that shit is awesome.
Oh God, it's terrifying because it's so close to reality.
Dude, I bet we can make it happen.
No, I don't want to make it happen.
You're the one that You're the one that brought up feeding homeless people the mushrooms.
Well, I mean, what are you gonna do with them?
Yeah.
They're like pigeons.
It's scary.
No, I'm so close to making something bad like that happen with cordyceps. Like,
yeah, it's the Cheeto mushrooms. Them things scared the shit out of me. I will not grow them.
Well, one of the only reasons they don't eat people is because of their fucking body temperature. That's pretty much it, bro. Like, because we're too warm. Like,
yeah, it was cool. In the beginning of the show, they were spot on. They had the dudes interviewing it, whatever, 1968 or whatever it was. And he's like, well, they can't survive past 94 degrees, and something like global warming would give them a reason to evolve or whatever, I'm like, shit, we're all going to die.
and they make it sound like only a couple insects are really good for these. They eat everything.
No. Everything from chicken fucking eggs to
long
rice.
Enough, even like New York, you can find. Every once in a while you'll find a bug in a fucking tree that looks like it's fucking blown up from the inside. I never knew what that was. I mean, as a kid, you remember?
Hey, Feral, we need to talk one of these days about a side subject. By the way,
oh God,
I got one that's right up your alley.
Jesus, what are we talking about now?
Okay, are you guys familiar with a TV show called Alone?
Alone? Yeah. I love that show.
I've been binge watching it lately, and they were talking about the human body, that whenever you start starving yourself, your body converts your muscles into glucose, and it feeds itself, right?
Yeah.
What if we were to synthesize that and make steak whiskey?
Okay, hold on a second.
Are we cannibalizing people, or
yeah,
like cow steak? Turn cow steak into glucose, the protein in it into glucose, and make whiskey out of the glucose.
No wonder he wanted to talk to you on the side.
Yeah, I'm thinking. Hey, there's a cure to California's homelessness problem. Just turn them into whiskey.
We can turn the homeless
give the whiskey back to the homeless people.
I wouldn't want to be the first guy to try it after we made it, but it would be an interesting science project.
There's that asshole who makes fucking whiskey out of his diabetic urine.
I can see that.
There's a guy that he actually fucking sells it.
No way.
Yeah, no, it's on. You can buy it.
It's on Amazon.
Do people buy it?
Yeah, no, anybody can buy it. Yeah,
diabetic.
He's got a fucking license. Yeah, don't Google. You can't Google it. Fuck it, I don't care.
Okay, I thought I was crazy wanting to turn meat into whiskey. So.
No, it's totally possible.
I see people turn milk into whiskey.
I mean, if you break the protein down into glucose, you could do it.
The freaking the Genghis Khan people. The Mongols make they ferment mare's milk and make an alcoholic beverage out of it.
What'd you call them? Mangles?
Mongols.
I know what they are, but he said mangles.
Who said mangles?
You did.
Mangles.
Mangle is a type of beet that you feed pigs.
It's a monkey bangle. It's a mangle.
Yeah,
the monkey get real horny one day. Just start fucking.
As long as it's not
Tony the Tiger. He's got Tony the Tiger and a fucking monkey. That's what it was. Mangle. But no, mango is a type of beet. They feed it to pigs because it grows huge. You get like 10, 15 pounds.
Kind of like a sugar beet.
Yeah, kind of, but they're super high in protein. They look a lot like sugar beets. But they use them to break ground in like the Slovakian kind of states.
Okay.
And they use them to break the winter ground up, and then they'll store in the ground over winter. So you run your pigs in your garden, and they'll till everything up, eating these mangles. These big, huge beets, huge, like 10, 15, 20 pounds.
So would those be considered Mongol mangles?
If you grew them in Mongolia.
By a striped person. Oh, dude, striped people. People are actually fucking striped and shit. Did you ever see that?
What?
People. We have
like
cryptic coloring.
Naturally?
Yeah, humans are cryptically colored.
Wow.
Where?
If you look at it, everywhere, your whole fucking skin is just a bunch of stripes and swirls and polka dots and shit like that. Humans are cryptically colored. It's fucking cool. We have our own built-in unique colors, and it's only seen in the UV light spectrum. You gotta check that shit out. Someone fucking Google that and drop a picture in the freaking the thing that humans are cryptically colored. It's It's really, really freaking wild. But it's one of the things that they figured out when they were looking for people for precancerous stuff was they'd look at you with your different light spectrums. And it's like, holy shit, everybody's like stripy, and it's freaking wild that humans are actually.
So you're saying you can see their aura. That's basically what you're saying.
No, it's that people. Humans are cryptically colored.
Is everyone unique?
Yes.
So it's like a fingerprint. That's not good.
Here, hold on.
I'm looking.
Stripes and UV lights. Here, look. Check this out. It's Cabinet of Curiosities. Check out this fucking shit. I'm going to drop this freaking link. Look at this shit. Click that shit. It's fucking wild, man. Why did it have a picture of a cat?
When did we get a cat?
No, okay, so there's like type 1A, type 1B, type 2. So type 2 has like patches, right?
Like
so type 1 is, type 1 is like literally like Tony the Tiger. Type 1B is like a zebra. Type 2 is you're fucking checkerboarded.
Holy shit.
I told you, but no, like, it's freaking cool, isn't it? Humans are cryptically colored. Isn't that freaking awesome?
I want to be colored. I want to know what color I am.
No, you don't say you want to be colored.
So it's not just when I'm
covering the ass.
I knew it.
But isn't that freaking wild? It's like that's
knowing
how,
me,
like,
I take the picture. There's a big cock and balls facing my mouth.
yeah.
Get a big dick on your cheeks.
You're like, everybody's like, wow, dude, you guys look so cool. You're all cryptically colored. You look over him, there's just a big pattern of dicks just all over him.
Covered in dicks.
You're cryptically colored too, bro.
What a D-bag.
It looks like you've been teabagged by an angel.
That's dicktastic.
Wow.
Pretty cool, right?
I'm going down the rabbit hole looking at the pictures. It's crazy.
Hey, you guys are putting that in anonymous and not in the right Discord.
Oh shit. Okay.
Well, both of you.
Oh damn it! Here, I just pushed it. I just put it in.
What Discord am I supposed to be in?
Oh, that's right. Someone's been fucking MIA. There's a new one for the podcast.
Yeah, so fuck around and find out, Cole.
I'm sorry. I wasn't invited. Fuckers.
Dude, the invite's in the friggin' general description on my server.
Really?
I'll send it to you.
Yeah, I'm technically challenged, right?
Yeah, special ed, right? Ain't that the new nickname?
I have been what's the word? I've been not as active as I should be lately. I'm trying to get over that though, or get better at that.
As you should. Yeah, that's really cool, man. Anyway, humans are cryptically colored. It's super awesome. I wonder if there's got to be some sort of glasses or something you could put on to block the lights so that you could see that.
Or a filter of some sort, yeah.
To filter out just a certain spectrum.
My wife's really angry. She's got to be tiger striped.
I think there's a correlation between it.
Yeah, I mean, spicy Mexican, tiger striping, makes sense.
Maybe that's why the horses don't like you. They don't like your stripes, man.
I probably look like something fucked up, right? Like it's like there's like a Egyptian type fucking shit like on my body that just looks like it's like a horse slaughter plant.
Yeah, it's a lot of horses.
Yeah, it's just like a hieroglyphic big horse fuck you like written across my forehead or something. Yeah, they really don't like me. It's not even a joke. I like horses. They're beautiful animals, but by God, they fucking hate me. It's fun to joke about until you see it, and you're like, oh my God, dude, you're right. They really want to kill you. But, yeah. So everybody's had their own relationship with mushrooms, and I kind of preach this shit in my regular everyday life. I get around a lot of people who are depressed I'm around a lot of my coworkers and stuff like that, and I'm very cautious about who I talk to it about. But there's a lot of people that are very open in the medical field to psilocybin use, responsible use. I'm not talking about everybody go out there and get fucked up and see baby Jesus or have ego death or something. Or moderate dosing or just responsible use, right? Like I personally, in my relationship with psilocybin, is that I like what I call moderate dosing, gram and a half, 2 grams max. Like especially if you're gonna go see Disney on Ice. Oh yeah, 2 grams. That's some good shit.
It really makes the fucking colors pop.
Oh yeah, you don't care that the kid behind you is whacking you in the back of the head with a fucking Disney princess sparkly glow in the dark thingamajig. You're just happy as shit watching them dance and sing on the ice.
Yeah,
but
I don't see the colors, but I taste them when I'm like that.
Really?
You know what though? I've seen research where like people that are colorblind or even deaf after using psilocybin, that they actually like see shit like that. Like they get the sense back.
I don't know if I'm seeing colors properly when I do them, but I do know that colors are really wild and vivid looking when I'm on them.
Yeah.
So you can actually see colors.
I have not taken a colorblind test while I was on them though.
Well, how about this? Take some mushrooms, go in your lab, look at your tub. That's green.
That's green, huh?
Let's just go for baseline. That's green.
What the?
This guy. Not everything I have is green, is it?
No.
God, I hope not.
No, but there's somebody that opens up a whole bunch of interesting things. You see people that dude, there was a big story in Men's Health. Did you guys read about that? The one where the guy was fucking paralyzed, been paralyzed a long ass time. They got him fucked up on mushrooms and just sat there and just kept telling him why he was so fucked up that he could walk, that he could move his foot. You can walk. You can move your foot. They fucking just basically tantricked his ass while he was fucked up high, right? And told him that he could walk, and his brain went, I can. and like neurogenesis happened at a super fast fucking rate, and he forgot he was paralyzed. His brain forgot while he was high that he was paralyzed, and he was able to move his feet and feel stuff with his feet, and then he remembered that he could do that when he was sober again. And like a month and a half later, the dude's up walking around.
Nice.
Damn.
Yeah.
Nice.
And so they're starting to figure out that, hey, maybe it's not just literally the fact that neurons are just these long fishing lines that go from your brain to your feet, that, they branch out everywhere like tree limbs. Like maybe if we could just reroute that shit.
Yeah, they need a new roadmap. And the psilocybin helps with that a bit. I can see that.
It was really fucking cool. It was a Men's Health. It was amazing. And so now I'm just kind of looking for somebody that I know that might be paralyzed that we can.
How about visually paralyzed?
Yeah, I'm colorblind.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah, we just need to get him really, really fucked up. Like,
I've never.
This is green. This is green.
I've never gone that far with it before. I think 5 grams was the biggest I ever did, and that was after.
Oh no, I'm talking about like really fucked up.
Yeah,
I'm talking like.
Yeah, and I already had a tolerance at that time. So.
Nah, we're gonna throw LSD, ayahuasca, fucking
psilocybin. Holy
yeah, we're just gonna throw it all on you.
Just mix up a cocktail, huh?
Just everything we could get our fucking hands on.
Well, I mean, you can get a Jeffrey, right?
And a goddamn NutriBullet, and we're just gonna fucking and then just fucking chug it.
So I made the mistake. I don't know, probably 8 or 9 years ago. I was probably eating about a quarter throughout the night, and I was on, I think, 3 or 4 tabs of acid, and I decided to do some DMT. That shit was, it hurt me a little bit, I gotta say. That wasn't fun. And I had a really weird. I got a little ballsy. My wife went to Miami with the daughter, and I was like, "Oh, I need to have this, fucking monumental experience." And I had been tripping a lot lately at that time. This is probably about 5 years or so, and I ended up eating. I started off with a quarter, and within the first hour, I ended up eating through the rest of a 3/4 ounce bag. So I had a total of 21 grams in an hour, and that shit rocked me. Like I stopped eating psychedelics for like 2 years after that. It hurt me bad. Like it was good. It was profound, but it was the most fucking terrifying thing I've ever done in my life. And I mean, I've had a lot of really heavy trips. I mean, I've been eating psychedelics since I was like 13. I'm 39. So, I mean, it's been a lot, I've gone on breaks and stuff, but that was weird. I mean, talk about like I left my body. I saw my body. I collapsed on the back porch. I experienced death, or what I think to be death, and then sparks of light, rebirth, lived a life as somebody. Like every second, every minute of every day of that person's life. Died in a car accident. Was born as some girl. I'm born again. Same thing. Death is purgatory, not purgatory, limbo or something. I guess you would call it. It was the weirdest fucking thing. Born as a girl, black girl in fucking the ghetto in Chicago, lived her life till she was like 18 and got shot. It was the weirdest fucking thing. I shit you not, dude. But like, dude, when I fucking woke up from that, it was, it was a lot, man. It was a lot. And I was like, oh shit, I think I broke myself.
Wow.
Well, I can see why you needed a break from that one.
The writing was on the wall with that, but.
I'm thinking it wasn't all the. I don't think it was the actual just the psilocybin. It's actually the mixture between all of them.
Oh no, that was just my highest mushroom experience. That was I don't know, 5 years ago or so. The other one that was really bad was the DMT acid and mushrooms, which I will never ever do again. Together, that was a little too much. But that other one, just a psilocybin induced thing. I actually haven't macrodosed for quite a while. I microdose. I have a little regimen that I do. I do like a month on and a month off. I feel it helps. I have bipolar depression, so or bipolar clinical depression with bipolar. I don't give a fuck what they want to diagnose it with. I didn't like the meds.
They want to diagnose it with medicine.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, they were trying to put me on meds and shit, and they weren't trying to. They were offering me meds. What was that?
They make so much money off of that. They're making money off of you, your insurance, and the medical companies, the pharmaceutical companies pay them to push their fucking drugs.
Dude, well, the same. So let's talk about ketamine real quick. So the FDA approved it for breakthrough therapies. At least I don't know if it's federally or how that works, but I know, for instance, I'm an ex-opiate addict. Okay, I was roped up in the whole pill mill bullshit in the early aughts, late aughts, whatever. So S-ketamine is actually what has been approved. It is not actual ketamine. I mean, molecularly speaking, it looks the same. They've made a very small adjustment to it, and it acts the same way. But they have the patent on it, and so let me see here. So they have the patent, and that's the only thing that's legal, which they have a monopoly on it. And now insurance companies aren't really paying for it, but they're doing at-home treatments with ketamine that cost $3,000 to $5,000.
Damn, son, we're in the wrong business.
Yeah. All right.
Well, to put this, I'm not going to say the name, but I was leaving work a couple weeks ago, and a doctor's office. It used to be basically a pill mill doctor's office. I used to go to them when I was, anyway. Point being, I saw their name on the side of a brand new Raptor. It was a hot pink Raptor with one of them vinyl wraps around it, and it was at-home ketamine treatments, phone number, the whole nine, and it blew me the fuck away. I was like, wow. I mean, I've got a lot of resentments against, pharma, big pharma, and the way our medical system is set up. So I could talk for hours about that, but it is ridiculous. It's an industry, and they're talking about people's health as a for-profit industry. It's wrong.
Yeah,
It's ridiculous.
if they have a cure, they're not going to use it. If they have something to go ahead and just stave off the fucking problem.
Well,
a cure doesn't make money.
Yeah, a treatment is way more profitable than a cure. Every single time.
And
that's
that's actually,
we can cure this. Wait, can we turn this into a 2-year plan? How about that?
Let me feed you this pill too.
Can we give them a weekly dosage?
I mean, look at all the research about psilocybin. I mean, it's shown to be so much better than anything the pharmacies have, and they're pushing so hard not to let it come out to the mainstream. But
they did the same thing. Did the same thing with marijuana.
I think a lot of that has to do with that. They think that psilocybin has a high propensity for abuse, and I'm like, do you know anybody that's like chronically addicted to psilocybin? No, because.
If they've done a lot, they're not doing it for a while after that.
Right.
You
I mean,
can't. You physically fucking can't. You build up such a tolerance to it so freaking fast that like day 1, you can take a little bit and get freaking high. Day 30, you're having to eat a wheelbarrow full. Yeah. It's like, it's just not, it's not like something that you can take a little bit at a time and just, constantly chase the dragon. You can't. And it doesn't have any narcotic effects. Like, you don't feel that out-of-body, warm, fuzzy narcotic feeling that you get when you take something that is really addictive, like a narcotic. All it does personally for psilocybin and me is that I'm happier, colors are brighter, sounds are prettier, and I feel less like strangling my in-laws.
There you go.
So I think gram before having to go to a family event, and I'm just smiling.
Yeah. I think the whole point of the is the chemical reaction that has in your brain that just allows you to basically just fix yourself, self-healing with natural things like that is the whole reason they're gone. Because if they let you do that, then how are they going to go ahead and get that $5,000 for at-home ketamine treatment?
It's not just the ketamine treatment, man. All the antipsychotics, none of them are really good for you. Most of them just turn you into a zombie. Now there are people out there.
I was on it when I got out of the Navy. I was on all kinds of shit, and I basically just was walking through life. And then one day I was like, "This is it, I'm done." I don't take medicine anymore. Don't take pills. Nothing. Nada. It's just I refuse to do it only because it robs you of your individuality, and you just turn, like you said, it's a fucking zombie, and I'm too.
There are some people. There are some people that require that level of medication, but you're talking about 1% or 2% of the population. You're not talking about
50.
Where you have, what is it, like 38% of the fucking population's on some sort of freaking antidepressant.
Yeah.
And it's like, God almighty, man. And I think some of that has to do with people who have lost their connection with nature. They don't have hobbies anymore. How many people you meet that you go like, hey, so, what's your hobbies? I like watching Netflix. That's not a fucking hobby, dude. That's an activity. That's the time.
Dude, how about trying to get people nowadays to go camping or go hiking? It's like pulling teeth. Or it's like you go out there, like, do you have a tent? Well, you were using tents? We're not getting a cabin?
Right. Try to get people to go fucking fishing. Like,
I'm a big fisherman. I'm a big fisherman. Farrell, I believe you and me have talked about fishing. I kayak fish a lot, and it's a saving grace. I'll be honest, last year I didn't get out as much. 2021, I went out 40, I think it was like 42 or 47 times. That's quite a bit. I was going out multiple times a week, but it's needed. And when I'm not doing that, it's, I'm going out in the woods. I'm walking. We got a bunch of little nature preserves and stuff around where I'm at. So it's like me and the wife would, sit there and we'll go walk that for 3 or 4 hours. It's,
I basically live on a nature reserve.
I want to be there, man.
Yeah, 2022 was real busy for us as well. We didn't get a chance to really run down the beach and do all the different stuff that we normally do, and it shows. I mean, we had a couple of times. Sometimes we'll get me and the wife to the point where we're just like fed the fuck up with civilization, and get kind of notice that we're getting kind of bitchy, and we're like, hey, we need to go on a vacation. We need to go reset, and so we'll go jump in the truck and run 20 miles down the beach and be what's called big shell, and down on Pins, the Padre Island National Seashore. And we'll be down there away from every other fucking human, where the beach is just made out of seashells the size of your freaking fist, and just chill, throw out a couple of fishing lines, barbecue there on the beach, and just let our daughter chase crabs and shit and have a great time. And it's so relaxing. It's great therapy.
It is. I love my camping.
Which is really weird when you think about it. Like, as human beings, I don't believe we were put here to work 9 to 5 for a paper, to go to a grocery store. I get what you're all about, Farrell, with the, I love all the prep and shit that you're doing, man. It's friggin' awesome, dude. But it's funny. We're talking about, it's therapy to go out and naturally be what we are supposed to be.
Yeah.
It's kind of sad that our society is at that state.
I'm a freaking predator. My wife's a predator. Our tiniest daughter, she's a tiny predator. She chases critters. And we like going out there and harvesting our own food, whether it's hunting or fishing, or whether it's sneaking up on a vegetable we grew. All right. we like just doing stuff and getting dirty. And
that's called being stalkers.
And doing it yourself, not just going to the store and buying it. That's the beauty of it.
The whole feeling at the end of the day is different. Like, I can go to H-E-B or Whole Foods or something and come back and make a beautiful meal. But if part of that meal comes from something that I've grown or made or caught or something else, it just has a different feeling to it,
Yes,
it tastes better.
And it tastes better, whether that's psychological or not. It just does.
I know that spent fucking 2 weeks on a fucking ship getting sent to China and then being processed, being sent back.
I know that the beef that we raised and that I processed myself, instead of taking it to a butcher or anything, I processed the whole cow by myself. My wife helps. We have a little line going where I'll quarter it and then cut it up into the bigger primal chunks and then cut it into steaks and stuff and pass it down the line to her. And she puts it into a vacuum seals it, writes what it is on it, and stacks it in the freezer. And we can do an entire cow from, kill it this first day and string it up and then gut it and skin it and then salt it real good to dry up all the membranes and draw the blood out. And then the next day we start 8 or 9 a.m. and we're done by 2 or 3 p.m. And the beef is so much better. And it's not like we're feeding them special food or anything like that. We're just not feeding them trash. A lot of these times you get places that are like the Wonder Bread Company or Hershey's. You know what they do with all the shit that doesn't meet their standards is they turn it into animal feed. When I was working a feedlot there in Idaho growing up, they'd bring in these huge trucks from ConAgra Feed. They were just like candy bars. They were broken, right? Or just messed up a little bit. They'd mix it in with their silage, which was like kind of half fermented grains and chopped up straw. And then they'd use that to feed the cattle to fatten them up. This was back in the 90s. And Wonder Bread Company.
Back when they were feeding cows?
Yeah, right. That was a great fucking idea. Anyway, they would, and it's, sure, it made a great marbled thing, but I mean, a great marbled steak, but then you have a steak that tastes like nothing. It has no flavor. And I'm not talking about a gamey flavor or anything like that, but just like an actual beefy flavor. If you buy meat from Walmart or something like that, it has it tastes like meat, generic meat, but it doesn't taste like steak, or
Try this steak. I just 3D printed it. Delicious.
Oh, have you guys? Speaking of meat, I was just talking to somebody the other day about this. Has you guys seen the quality of the pork go downhill in the grocery stores? You want to know why that is? It's because of that African swine fever that they had going on in Africa and in China that killed off most of their pigs. Well, China eats a lot of pigs. So China contracted with to get most of their pigs from America sent over there to China and to get processed and turned over there. Well, it left a huge gap, and that's why pork was super expensive and bacon was super, super expensive there in like 2021 and 2022. So we started bringing in pork from South America. And what you're tasting is a difference in how it's fed. Down in South America, it's get a lot of cassava. It's eating a lot more different roots. It's eating a lot of different stuff like that. It's why your pork is now lighter and more gray color when it's cooked up. Make sense?
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah. It's because of what it's eating. Where all of our good grain-fed, fat fucking pigs are going to China, and we're getting all the stuff from South America that's eating like roots. And yeah, but really cheap roots, not like good roots.
Not the high-class roots. They're
Did
getting
you
the ones
ever
that
look
kick
at
the
that thing I
curb.
told you about with the what was it, Idaho, where they banned any business with China?
Oh,
That's
shit.
Idaho. That's normal. Idaho does that shit all the fucking time. And Idaho honestly can pretty much get away with it. They have a shitload of freaking cattle. They have pig farms. They have everything else they want. I grew up there. So Idaho can get away with they banned their state government from doing anything with China, not the local businesses. And
No, all local, no. Anyone in the state, they're not allowed to send contracts out to anything related with China.
Well, that's a really good, bold move, Kat, and let's see how that works out for him.
That's an awesome move.
Yeah, it's a great thing. I mean, I'm down for it. But here's the problem is that China is the number one owner of arable farmland in the United States.
400 million acres.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
That's not concerning at all.
No,
well, yeah, but it's the same thing. If the government can go ahead and take your land away for not paying your taxes, there's nothing stopping them from taking land away from another fucking country either.
Yeah.
So,
but they're signing like 99-year fucking leases.
Of course. They go to the extent of as far as they can go.
And there's 3 or 4 deep water ports in America. I think you've got the Galveston one. You've got the one over in Oregon. You got one down by Baja, and you got one on the like the Virginia Naval Yard kind of area, right? Like, so you got like 4 big commercial ports. No, you got one up by New York. They sold the Deepwater port in Oregon to fucking China. It flies a goddamn Chinese flag now. You know that?
What?
That's insane.
They gave them on the entire port. Okay, they gave them a 99-year fucking lease on the port. You figure. So when we come and import our own shit, our own fucking ships come and land at our own goddamn docks that we built, we have to pay China to offload our shit for us.
After we paid to have
those
ship there
sneaky fuckers.
No, it was genius move by China. Genius move.
Oh yeah.
Then China owns like a whole bunch of Africa. Who was it? Was it one of you bastards who was telling me that they found a literally mountain of gold in Africa this last week? The geologists geologists literally found this mountain, and they figure that it is like got the highest concentration of gold inside this mountain. It's mineable gold, by the way, not just powder gold or flake or something.
So the gold price is going to go down like a motherfucker, which is why no one's saying anything about it on the news.
Yeah, it's we're talking about millions of tons of mineable gold. Well, gold is one of those precious metals that's used a lot in semiconductors and microchips.
Right.
So
like silver.
Super fucking important to have. Well, they found this huge deposit of it, and China went in there and bought the whole fucking thing. Like within 48 hours. Within like 48 hours.
Wow.
Yeah. The next big thing is I was reading on the news about how the microchip wars right now is the new cold World War.
Yeah.
You know, like how they're banning microchips from here and there, and everybody else is fighting over them. Well, that's just because of the whole precious metals. It's the precious metals.
You can actually use that shit to spy on people. I mean, countries are putting shit on televisions and their fucking chips, you know, where they can go. They've found cameras hidden in televisions made in China on that they can access when they're connected to the internet through MAC addresses.
Anytime they want to see me sitting there in my fucking boxers watching fucking Netflix, they can.
Yeah.
Right? I should charge them live cam. But it's like started OnlyFans for Chinese.
Yeah, I was gonna say OnlyFans. Yeah.
Have a sign. Don't forget the tip.
we should have a fucking OnlyFans. God damn it!
Oh, Jesus!
FAFO FAFO fans.
We should have an OnlyFans. There's a bunch of crazy fucking shit that's going on, and I'm not very happy about it either. But yeah, there's not much you can do about it. This thing goes back to the whole rules of being a man. There's like only worry about the fucking shit that you can actually physically change yourself. You know, you can't do anything about China, so don't worry about it too much.
Yeah.
If you get to a certain point in your life,
I hope the world burns. So when it happens and this world goes to shit, I've got a list of people and plans. I'll keep it for about a month.
If you get to a certain point in your life where you're prepared, like you have somebody put aside to pay your bills in case you break a leg at work or whatever. You have some food set aside so you can offset the costs of a surprise bill popping up and being low on grocery money one week or something. You know, once you get to a certain level of self-preparedness, then you can choose what not to participate in. And that's just kind of our philosophy here, is that we're just not participating in the whole global bullshit. You know?
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Let them go and be dramatic all by themselves. Unless you drop a nuke on my head, you're not going to kill me, so it doesn't matter. And if you do, I'm not going to be there. I'm not going to remember it. You know?
Yeah.
So,
it'd be quick.
Yeah.
Unless you do 3/4 of an ounce and you start remembering your last life.
Oh, Jesus. I'd be afraid of what the hell that would be. What was your previous life? Well, turns out I was a terrible, terrible person.
As long as I'm not a glory hole attendant, I don't care.
Are you the fluffer before the glory hole, or are you the cleaner upper? What's your job here? Are you running the squeegee?
I thought this job came with a fluffer. I was very upset.
Oh, Jesus. He's got to wash the jug first.
Yeah.
Ouch.
All right. So,
no, man.
How about those fucking bags, huh?
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of fucking doing stuff in bags, but now it seems boring to talk about. But it's like, just sterilize everything, guys. Everybody here sterilizes everything. And
hold on. I have been sterilizing. Now it seems as though Bucket Tech is my time rate is just as low with Bucket Tech as long as in bags, because there's nothing touching those bags once they're sealed up.
But are you using a nutrient substrate, or are you using just like CVG?
CVG.
Yeah.
Anything using nutrients, forest floor, anything like that requires very sterile technique, and it needs to be in the bag. Honestly, your first flush is going to be great. You're going to have great fruits. Just you can't look at it when you go ahead and take the fruits off, because if you look at it wrong or something, it's going to contam. But I mean, you're going to get an awesome flush, hopefully too. But I just once you start adding nutrients in that bad boy, I just the propensity to go ahead and go to green.
It's so cheap. It's so cheap to make a nutrient based substrate. It's like $7. I made like 12 bags from that $7 and some yard clippings.
In my mind, the price cost per time versus the bags, you know what I mean? As far as waiting for the colonization and everything else, I don't want to waste all that on one flush when you can get 3 from a CBG and spend twice as much on the bag, instead of spending half the price and getting 1 flush. You know what I'm saying?
Whatever works for whoever does it. I'm just always going to be a proponent of, sterilizing everything and having a nutrient-based substrate, just because, I don't know, it's my hill to die on.
Well, no, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like I said, the nutrient, it grows like a motherfucker. That thing, the spore touches that and it just explodes. It just, if you don't have, I mean, it grew fine for me. Mine didn't tam out till after the 3rd flush, but you need to grow that stuff in a tent. It needs to be done in front of a flow hood. There's no open grain inoculations. It's, if you don't wash your fucking dick beaters, you're not getting a 2nd flush.
I mean, I amend my substrate. I use a lot of corn vermiculite, but I definitely amend with. I actually started using. I did erythritol after listening to your. We were talking about, I guess, on the group, in the Discord, and then I heard you talking about it. I think on Geeky's podcast as well. But I had that. You advised bone meal. Tried that. That works great. But I pasteurize I use worm poo. I do it in a cooler. I use boiling water. I actually temp it out, and at 2 hours, it's still sitting at 170. I mean, it's above that before, obviously, but
if you can keep the temperature up, then that's great. But
dude, I do the same thing. I have a huge Gatorade cooler with the screw on top.
See, that works good. But a lot of these kids I see, they're using a 5-gallon bucket. They're just pouring fucking hot ass fucking water in there, and the shit's cooling down almost immediately.
Yeah,
it gets 5 minutes of above 170 degrees. Then they put a top on it. And they're like, it's fine. As soon as they can handle it, they take it out with their raw ass hands. And
the bucket tech, the bucket tech doesn't tell you, to go ahead and put another bucket inside of it. It doesn't tell you to wrap it in a fucking blanket and fucking put it in a fucking warm room. It
doesn't tell you not to shake it for a little while, or it fucking explodes.
Explodes, right?
I gotta say something, you guys. You guys all owe me about 40 laughs right now, because I've been making all kinds of smart ass comments, and I've been on mute for like 20 minutes. I didn't realize it. I just want to let you know.
You're wondering what the hell happened. We just thought we offended
what
you.
What fucking color is your wings?
I'm like, these freaking assholes aren't even listening to me. Oh shit!
This is the last time I ever come on here. Take my choice and go home.
Right. You were talking about gatekeeping earlier. I had an idea for my new lab, and I won't name the other people that were gatekeeping me, but I had the idea of creating like a small positive pressure room using one of those cheap, like air purifiers. What do you call that? You know what I'm talking about, don't you? The room HEPA filters. Just have it pressurize the room that I'm in, just to help cut down on any contaminants that are in there while I'm running the flow hood and stuff inside.
Well, it has to be getting its air from outside the room.
Right. It's actually built into the wall. It intakes.
Oh, you're talking about like a mini split or something?
It's a floor mount HEPA filter that you mount it in the wall, so it actually pressurizes the little lab area, and then has an exhaust somewhere.
We use them a lot for COVID units. Yeah,
but it's not going to be the here all end all that I don't need a flow hood anymore. But it would significantly reduce the amount of garbage that's in the air around me, I think.
Oh yeah, no, it'll work great. Yeah. The more the crazier your lab is, the cooler it is. Like I don't give a shit what you do to it, as long as it looks awesome.
Yep.
If it makes you feel good, let's go.
I spend longer adjusting how my tools look on the wall than I do using them.
Oh. Your lab is your zen space. It can't be just a cluttered mess all the time. It has to be where you're happy at.
Dude, I'm a big fan of the stick-on magnets where you can peel off the back of them and then stick them on things so I can, like, without putting my scalpel down on anything, I can just stick it to the side of the bench.
That's nice.
Dude, I was thinking about getting a folding arm that came out, and then it came out in front of the flow hood, so that when you're working, there's an arm there, and you can just fucking clip the fucking the scalpels up in the air, right in front of the fan on the edge.
Yeah,
stick on magnets.
I was just saying, a magnet on the end of your arm would work.
Yeah.
I just use the stick-on magnets that come in a strip. Like I think I buy like 12-inch strips at Home Depot. There's like a stack of like 8 of them. They used to organize small tools and bolts and shit. They have like a 3M sticky part on the back. Stick it right on the side of the flow hood. That's where all of my little stuff sticks, is on the side of the flow hood. But when I'm going to use it, I sterilize it and take it to the front of the flow hood and to the magnet part. And it just sits there right in the path of the air, and it stays sterile. And when I'm done with it, I just stick it right back up there.
So are you a torch sterilizer, Fierro?
Yeah, I like fire. Yeah, fire's a good friend of mine.
I'm a burner as well.
Yeah.
I'm kind of a cheap ass. I just use an alcohol lamp, but it works for me. It takes a little longer.
Dude, fire's fire. Fire.
Dude, yeah.
Fire.
I just happen to have this this thing I used to light barbecues with. And it just screws right on top of a regular propane, like 1 pound propane tank.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's what I use.
Are you talking about the clicker, the fucking the torch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I fucking love that thing. I find reasons to use it.
Set it real low, and that shit'll burn for hours. It ain't gonna hurt nothing. It has a nice stand to it,
Oh yeah.
Super stable.
Oh, I would find a way to knock it off. That's just my talent.
Roll right
I
into
use
the
that
drinks.
thing for
into the vat of gasoline that I keep next to my chest.
I don't know, man. I'll be having a couple of drinks, and I'll use it to like kill a bug I find or something like that around the house. I won't step on the fucking spider. I'll go run to the lab and get the fucking torch and come back. And hopefully the spider didn't move.
And a mouthful of alcohol.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. So I'm a predator, damn it. I'm
a man, a fire-breathing
America.
man.
You see him stand outside the front of the burning house, and the spider comes walking out.
Yeah.
Right next to the horse.
They're waiting for him.
Oh, dude. Horse be waiting in the fucking bushes.
Yeah. Is there such thing as a horse spider?
I'm sure there is if you look hard enough.
Yeah.
There's got to be.
I want to make one.
Spider. There's got to be a horse spider.
There's a horse fly. So makes sense.
Do those bite you as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck those things.
Oh, those things are horrible.
Those things fucking suck.
They take a chunk.
Why are my GIFs not working in our Discord? It's annoying me.
I don't know. It says horse smiley hungry feed me.
Yeah, that's supposed to be a GIF.
Oh.
It's supposed to be a GIF.
Because you're in Canada?
I'm not in Canada. I'm like 8 miles from there.
God.
Literally, that's not a joke.
Wow, you can shoot like a 270 into fucking Canada.
Quite easily. Yep. I have actually been out hunting and accidentally went into Canada on multiple occasions.
I'm just surprised that like
you drive by a gas
bunch...
station and all the prices are in liters. They give you a hint. You're like, wait a minute.
Hold on.
I made a wrong turn somewhere.
Why does the air smell like maple syrup?
You run into people and they say, sorry.
They're so polite. Oh, fuck. I got to get back to America.
Everything's so clean.
Do I feel health care?
Right. Canada sucks on the side of your car and they pull you over and say, we do respect our language laws. You need to write that in French, too.
Oh, shit. That reminds me of something about Canada. So what the fuck's going on with all the missing, like, Native American girls in Canada?
That's been a thing for a long time.
That's not far from me where that's been happening either.
No, but, like, there's been thousands. It's not just, like, 4 or 5.
A long time it's been going on. I don't know what's going on there. That's some strange stuff.
Yeah.
It can't be just one person. There's got to be like a whole culture of people that are doing it or something.
How have they figured? How many are missing a year?
Oh, let me Google that.
Because last I saw, it was like several thousand Native American girls have gone missing over a period of time. You know, and I'm like, God, there's not that many Native Americans left. I'm Native American, and there ain't not a lot of us left. Like, there's just not a lot. I mean, hell, my wife's Mexican. She's pretty. So I done fucked up on that. I diluted. I've been waiting for the Google
I'm still reading about it. I'm still reading about it. They're going into a lot of stuff. So.
There's just so many, and it's like they're not finding the bodies, are they? They're just missing.
Oh, that's
you see
the government.
Yeah, right. And the government can't even put together the fucking website, man. They can't decide to wear masks or not wear masks. They are completely incompetent. They're the best trick the government ever did was just like, okay, how preachers will say the best trick the devil ever did was convince people he didn't exist, right? The best trick the government ever did was convince people it's confident. They can't do anything. Anything. Well, it's quite sad watching them. Watch any congressional meeting.
I was just about to say that. I've been watching the little short clips, and I watch it for like 10 minutes. I watch him ask 10 questions, and never have I seen that motherfucker ever get an answer. Ever.
They don't fucking answer shit. And even or they'll answer a completely the question that doesn't even make sense. It's like,
after 2 minutes of introduction, as being a speaker for the House of Congress's House of Mothers, I have been on the committee to. I can't talk about that. It's like,
or they'll be like, sir, so what happened to that $485,000 or $485 million that we allotted to your committee? They'll be like, well, you see, what happened was I like cornflakes for the morning and breakfast, and it's America. They just go off on a fucking tangent until everybody's goddamn confused about what the fucking original question was, and they run out of time. And that's just it. I could be the best politician in the fucking world. I'll just go on a rant until I run out of time. And then I can't. I'm sorry. Time's up. Couldn't answer your question.
Check, please.
Okay, I found one with a little bit of numbers on it. It said between 2016 and 2018, between the U.S. and Canada, there was over 6,000 reports of missing Indigenous women.
In 2 fucking years?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
2 fucking years, 6,000.
Yep.
Was that from a specific state, or is that just all across?
That's what they know of.
That's United States and Canada together.
Okay.
But
that's just an estimate. That's what they know of. A lot of them aren't reported.
Yeah, but it's a narrow strip. Like, it's only like a 250-mile wide fucking narrow strip that these reservations and stuff are on either side of the Canadian border. And it's just like,
a lot of them are in Texas also.
Well, that's what happens because the regular cops and shit can't go on there. The people are going on there in vans and shit, just picking up chicks and doing whatever the fuck they want with them and burying them out there.
Yes.
It was on that one show, Yellowstone.
Yeah, I just said
You guys
something.
watch that show?
Ago.
That is
Yeah.
true. State police are not allowed on the reservation unless they have a specific reason.
Yeah, but even still, they have to get permission. They can't even cross in.
We watch Yellowstone here at this house, and every freaking episode, it makes me want to go out and, throw on my fucking cowboy hat and
I've
never ride a fucking mule, not a horse, a fucking mule.
Ride a donkey.
Yeah. Mules get along with me, donkeys get along with me, but fuck horses. Ride a mule off in the sunset, chasing cattle. I'll do that shit.
I'll just take the 4-wheeler.
Yeah.
Oh goodness.
Yeah, no, that is a really good show, though.
I've never seen it. I should take the time to watch it. As soon as I'm done with the loan,
Yellowstone is a fucking awesome show. It's not as good as All of Us, but I think I might be a little biased when it comes to a show about mushrooms killing people.
never seen
All of Us was a video game, and then they turned it into a movie.
I just found that out. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a crazy, scary fucking video game.
I try to limit myself.
People have had heart attacks playing that damn game.
Yeah. I try to limit myself to no more than an hour and a half of television per day. That's just my personal limits. So.
Dude, I don't watch television. I watch
black
YouTube.
and white, like Leave It to Beaver or what?
No, I have so many other hobbies to get to. I just don't have time for it. It sounds bad, but it's true. I have too many hobbies. Too many hobbies.
I got Sundays. Usually,
how un-American is that?
I work,
and you're not rotting your brain in front of the television.
I work the 72-hour shifts, right? Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So Sunday's my recovery day. So we just watch all the new episodes of everything on Sunday. That's the only time I really watch TV. I'm too busy otherwise.
I spend more time on Discord than I do watching TV.
I do spend a lot of time on there. I'm answering the same 8 questions over and over. I literally have it to like a word program that just has question 1 through fucking 50, and there's a paragraph on each one. So when I get answered the questions, I've answered that one. Scroll down there, copy paste. It looks like I'm answering to the person, right? Mm-hmm. But nah, it's just a copy paste.
Nice.
Looks like
that's what they call it.
It's a brilliant idea.
It's better than telling people, "Oh, I've answered that," and giving them hell. Just give them the answer. Bang, bang. There you go.
It makes me look like a good guy.
Yep.
When I'm a terrible human being, but
they know you're a horrible.
Yeah.
I got. I used to work construction. I got caught one time. We were at a safety meeting, and I offered this guy a cigarette. And he's like, "No, thanks." One of the other guys I noticed something about you. You always offer people cigarettes that don't smoke. I said, yeah, I look like a good guy, but I don't have to give out any cigarettes. It's fucking win-win.
Fucking genius. Fucking genius.
It's a win-win.
Then you also notice you're always smoking by yourself.
Yeah, we're gonna run out of time here.
No.
5 minutes.
Told you, 13 minutes left.
It's not too bad for a first podcast. We'll have to be a little more focused in the future, I think. But
I think it went well. This went about as well. This was about as focused as we get. All right, we at least covered some mycology shit. Sure,
it'd be fear. Stick to the script. I don't care how slippery it gets. Don't let go of the handles, or somebody's getting fucking hurt. That's how it's gonna
be. I mean, there was a 3 to 4 second clip of, hey, yeah, bags are awesome at the very beginning.
Yeah.
I tried reeling it back in 60 minutes.
That's what we do. We have fun.
The title of the episode, bags are awesome.
Yeah, fuck it. That's it. There it goes.
Bags are awesome.
One thing I wanted to do is when we end our podcast, is end it with a positive note and some positive affirmations and that kind of thing, because people are kind of negative these days, so let's start with Deadpool. Say something nice to the listeners.
Oh
Fuck
man.
off. No. I don't know nice, man. This is not me.
This could be tough for us too.
Okay, here we go. I can't do it. I don't know.
Well, at least you didn't say. At least you didn't say anything negative. Moving on.
I'll go
Shiny
next.
boy.
Oh, dang it. Okay, go ahead.
Oh man, we'll get real cheesy with it. I'm gonna be let's see. All of you wonderful people are made of light, so shine so bright. Ba-bam.
Damn it, I wanted to say that.
Delicious.
You totally stole my topic.
Well fucking done. Well done. All right. Trim. Let's do this.
Well, I'm going to try and keep mine mycology rated. So I'm going to say, since this is about growing mushrooms and mycology in general, you can do it. All you have to do is find a good tech and stick to it, and it can be done. There we go.
Yeah.
Excellent. You can do it.
I have faith. I have faith in it. And if you don't think you can do it, ask one of us. We'll be happy to help you.
Oh yeah.
There you go. That's what I'll say. If you got any questions, feel free to contact me, and I will help you. Until you ask me the same question for the 5th time, then I will have Farrell boot you.
All right, Mike O'Netty, let's see what you got, buddy.
All right. Well, don't let yesterday's regrets determine today. Always live in the present, accept everything for what it is. Try and smile more than anything.
That's hard.
That's good shit. Good shit. And I'm just going to say that to our listeners out there, man, you guys are appreciated. We appreciate you taking the time out of your life to listen to us just absolutely rant. Y'all are loved. Y'all are special. We're happy to have you as part of the family. And best of luck in your grows. You can always reach out to any of us. If you'd like a chance to get on our little podcast and just bullshit or tell your story, you can go ahead and find us in the Discord. You can also find, if you'd like to connect with us, it's FAFOCult at gmail.com. We also have a FAFOCult Venmo if you would like to throw us a tip. All that money is just going to go to supporting the podcast, paying for what we have to do every month to make this happen. Any leftover money will be used for absolute debauchery and will probably be put to the most worst use possible. So
Hookers
just know that,
cocaine.
yes, hookers and blow. So we love you guys. Thank you. And you can always find us in our chat room. Bye, guys.
Peace
Join
out.
the Discord.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.